Waking up in Kansas City after a good night of rest was exciting. The game wasn't until the evening, so we had some time to explore KC. Little did we know we were going to stumble upon one of the greatest and least talked about stories in baseball and American history.
I didn't know we were going there in the first place. I had no idea what it was about or what the Negro Leagues were about.
Here's a story that is born out of segregation that becomes the driving force for social change in this country. When they went down south, you had just as many white fans in the ballpark as you did black fans. And believe it or not, we sat together during that era of segregation when doing anything socially was virtually unheard of. Negro League Baseball brought both races together.
It was a really wonderful story about how the Negro League impacted the American scene socially, and what changes were probably started primarily by Jackie Robinson coming into the mainstream.
But this is 1947. This is before Brown versus the Board of Education. This is before Rosa Parks' refusal to move to the back of the bus. Martin Luther King Jr. was a sophomore at Morehouse College when Robinson signs his contract at the end of the 45 season. President Truman doesn't integrate the military until a year later. So really, for all intents and purposes, Robinson, his breaking of the color barrier just changed things almost immediately.
They're not trying to say, hey, we're so wonderful. They're just saying, this is what we've done, and enjoy it as much as you wish to.
This story couldn't happen anywhere else but in America.
It's an old cliche about baseball's America's pastime, but there's been a lot of talk in the last 10, 15 years, maybe it isn't anymore. Maybe the times have moved on and people want something different, something more interesting, something that moves faster. Maybe it's not the game that it once was. It doesn't hold America's heart the way it used to. And I think the advantage baseball has over other sports is its history. And that's why it's so important to embrace the Negro Leagues as part of that history.
You don't know baseball until you come here to learn this story.
You got to hear the whole story.
The whole story.
Meg Dugan and the Parkinson